Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA, protects young people from deportation, and it's allowed close to 800,000 immigrants to stay in America since Obama put it in place 5 years ago. But the legal groundwork for DACA goes back much farther. DACA's origins date back to the 1970s, when one lawyer and his rock star client discovered a basis for the policy in a practice known as prosecutorial discretion.
My name is Shuming Cheer, and I am a senior staff attorney with the National Immigration Law Center. Under immigration law, it's been a well-established principle that the federal government has the authority to decide who can and cannot remain in the U.S. The first known case of an individual receiving prosecutorial discretion and therefore being allowed to remain in the U.S. is the case of John Lennon.
I met Alan Klein, the manager of the Beatles at the time. I remember appearing at their office, many gold records reflecting on all the walls. I realized at once that I was kind of in unfamiliar territory. I was not big on pop music. The first person I met was Yoko Ono. I was very much impressed with her. She started to tell us about why she was in the United States. Then John stepped into the room. He said, "Leon, you're the immigration expert?" Well, I said, "I try." I had been shown a conviction record, and I said, "What is cannabis resin? Is that marijuana?" Oh, he said, "No, that's much better than marijuana." We wouldn't be able to free ourselves of that conviction. So it was a very serious situation. When I got home, my wife said to me, "Your office called and said that you have a meeting with some heavyweight potential clients." She said, "Who were they?" I said, "Jack Lemmon and Yokomoto." I wasn't good with names. She said, "Are you talking about John Lennon and Yoko Ono?" I said, "Yeah, that's correct." I thought that getting a 6-month extension would not be a problem. And I went to see the top man, the district director of immigration for the whole port of New York. The next morning, I get a call from him, and he says, "Because it's you, I'll give you a month, but get them out." Eventually, I determined that the way to do it was the Freedom of Information Act, which is a statute I love, to get proof that there was some authority to allow people here out of hardship. And I was served with a box of documents, copies of 1,843 cases where the government had no excuse other than to act under what we called non-priority. It meant you were putting it at the bottom of the list and you'd never go back to it. And it started a whole review of cases where the government has since extended themselves and allowed, out of the goodness of their hearts, people to remain here. The DACA program is really a tribute to John Lennon.